All right, this is the second video in a series. This is all the student perspective, how to work on a map in Google Slides. And so the previous video showed how to create that template for students. This video is going to show how students work on it. And so I'm going to go ahead and go into my class as a student. And here's the Indiana map project. I'm going to open it up. And here I have a template to work in. I'm going to click on my slides presentation here, open it up. Conveniently, it puts my name directly on it. And when I'm ready to start working on this map, I need to know about a few tools. Now, I have no directions specifically, so what I'm saying is very general, but you just need to know about some tools that you can utilize. First off, you need to know how to zoom. So zooming is very handy because then you can pick a specific part that you want to focus on, and you can zoom way in if need be. And don't forget to scroll if you want to pinpoint specifically where you want to work. If you need more real estate, you can grab the speaker notes and move them down so that way you have a little more room to work and see. Okay. If I need to zoom back out, I hit this button and it goes back out. So I'm able to zoom specifically in on a point where I would like to work. All right, next thing I'm going to show you is how to utilize shapes or create a custom shape. Now, depending on your project, you may just need some squares or some rectangles, and those shapes are real easy. You have lots of different shapes that you could utilize, call outs, labels, lots of different great tools that you can utilize because all of these are actually even text boxes. So if I go like this and I want to say something important, I could actually type in any of those shapes. So it's just letting you know that those tools are there. But most of the time when you're dealing with a map, you can't use just the generic shapes. You have to create your own. So I'm going to choose this line feature right here. I'm going to go down to the Polyline, and this allows me to choose specifically what shape I want. And all I do to use this tool, let's say I want to mark out a region, and I'm just kind of guessing here, and I could start marking out maybe Northeast Indiana. I have no idea if this is even close to following the region here in Northeast Indiana. Just totally guessing. Okay, so how this works is you can even do smaller increments like so if you need to make it wavy in some way, shape, or form. When you get to southern Indiana, it's not so boxy, is it? I'm going to go over here to Ohio. You can do large chunks as well. And I'm going to stretch all the way up there. And then when you finish your box, your shape, it becomes its own shape. And it will complete with line, border, and everything. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to utilize the paint bucket. It's a fill color option, and you're able to customize what color you want it to be, like so. And you can even do custom colors. If I go down here to custom, I can change what color I want it to be here and make adjustments to the brightness and the darkness as such. And you can even make it transparent or translucent. So if I want to adjust the transparency, which that's what those checkerboard boxes mean, and I hit OK, it's now a translucent shape. It allows things that are behind it to actually show through a little bit. Click on this button right here. This is line color. So I'm able to adjust the color of the line around the edges like so. And you can even adjust line thickness, and you can adjust line style. So several different options that you can adjust as you wish. Now, in traditional shapes, you are able to actually type in any of these shapes by double clicking on them like that. But let me draw a box around it, hit delete. In a custom shape using the Polyline, you can't type in your box. You can adjust the shape points by grabbing hold of the points, but you cannot type directly in there. So you're going to have to utilize a text box to label anything important. So I use the text tool like so. I'm going to say Northeast Indiana on here. But just for fun, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also show you that you have some symbols that you can use. This is another great tool to keep in mind in your back pocket, ready to fire off anytime you need it. So I'm going to go up here to insert special characters, and you can actually search several different special characters. So if I type in house, it'll actually come down to any houses that exist. When I just hover over them, I can actually see what they look like in large form. And I just click on it one time and it puts it in, and I hit the X and I'm ready to start typing. And I could say home. Now let's say that I need to resize this. It is pretty big for that space. When I hit this button, I mean, it works well for this shape because the shape is pretty large. But if I happen to be in a situation where I need a little more real estate. I'm going to switch back to my select option there. I can resize the text by highlighting it, choosing a different font size like so. And I can move this shape around however I want by grabbing a hold of the line around the text box. Okay. If I want to, let's say that the color of the text is not as vivid as I need it to be, if it's getting washed out by other lines, I can change the text color. And if the text color isn't going to help me, I can also change the highlight color, which would be the background color of the text. So let's say I make that yellow, and now it shows up very bright, doesn't it? The last tool I'm going to show you is also the curve line option. And with the curve line option, you are able to maybe mark out rivers, things that are curved. And again, it works a lot like the Polyline, but the difference is that it's a single line and it's not going to make a shape. And then when you're done making your marks, you just double click. It stops the curve line tool. This is pretty cool because then you're able to change the color of the line and you can change the style of the line as you wish just by adjusting these tools. What I am going to show you is that you are able to even layer things. So if you have something that is on top of something else, if I click on this object, I can hit the order and you're able to bring things backward or bring things forward. This one is all the way to the front. So when I right click on it or two finger click on it and I choose send to back, it's now behind my other shape. But because the shape is translucent, I'm able to see it still. I'm going to choose the order option again, and you'll see that I can bring it forward as well. I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to show you my work. What I'm also able to do is I'm able to link things. That's a pretty cool feature. If I click on this object and I choose the link icon, I could actually type in a search from here and search out what it might be. So if I have a link already to a resource that I've used, I could do that, but I can also search from here. So what if I want to search, and I know this isn't accurate, I'm just guessing. What it'll do is it'll actually pull up a search, and here's Wikipedia, here's wabashriver.us. If I click on this arrow right here, it pops out in a new tab and actually shows me the information. So you can actually do your research straight from Google Slides. It's kind of fun. And if I like that resource, I can actually pop it in there and hit apply. So now when people visit this slides presentation, it actually shows the resource linked directly to it. That is a fun, fantastic feature. This would be a great way for students to collaborate together, pull resources all about the state of Indiana. It'd be a great project when you're studying regions of Indiana. People can make different boxes linked to different resources. And then you have a great resource all together for a group of students to share and check out when they want to do maybe another project, or maybe this is the final project. When students are finished, what they need to do is they can just close out of this. It automatically saves. They can go back to Google Classroom, and all they have to do is go to the assignment and hit turn in. And that's it. Once the student has submitted it, then the teacher can go back and look at it and grade it appropriately. Thanks for watching.